This is probably, I was going to say unpopular opinion, but this is probably a popular opinion right now. Um, uh, I'm I am amazed at how much Tucker Carlson has benefited from getting fired by Fox. I don't know whether he's financially benefited or not. Probably not. He was probably doing better financially when he was at Fox. But the kind of material that he's putting out now is just leagues ahead of anything he ever did when he was at Fox. And of course, at Fox, he was like the outer edge of what the mainstream media could do, what a mainstream media figure could say. That was Tucker there. And then after he got fired, and with the stuff that he's been putting out now on X, as it's called now, I guess, aka Twitter. And I would do the X with both of my arms, but I'm using one of my hands to hold my camera phone, so that's not possible. But the kind of stuff he's been putting out since then has been just phenomenal, and I was blown away by his interview with Ice Cube, his most recent effort. Talk about being surprising. Talk about catching your enemy off guard. Like, who expected Tucker Carlson, the whitest man in the world, to go right into the hood fearlessly? just go into the hood, meet up with this famous rapper guy, Ice Cube. Now, I know Ice Cube a little bit. I know he's an interesting guy. He's not, he does his own thing, so he's not like necessarily somebody who would reject the idea of an interview with Tucker Carlson. He's not quite as conspicuously going against the grain as someone like Ye in the rapper field, but he's sort of a little bit closer to Ye than most other rappers. With the kind of things he said, especially about the shot, which they end up talking about in their interview. It's not totally surprising to me that he would do an interview like that. But it's still such a coup PR wise because he goes somewhere where his enemies who have him stereotyped a certain way, who of course think of him as a racist, whatever, think the worst of him, and he goes to South Central LA and meets up with Ice Cube and drives through Ice Cube's hood and talks with him and talks with him in a way, I mean, it's slightly awkward, just because the circumstances, you can't totally avoid awkwardness. But Tucker is so, he approaches it so naturally, and he doesn't try too hard. He doesn't like go, ha ha ha, here I am, the whitest man in the world, driving through the hood, ha ha ha. He doesn't approach it that way. He doesn't do that kind of thing with it, which would be boring and irritating. He's just sort of himself. He's in a suit and tie, sitting next to Cube. So it's Carlson and Cube, and they're driving through Cube's hood, and Cube is talking about his recollections of his youth and his time with NWA and the 3-on-3 league that he's got going right now, which has run up against it's like you get the clear impression that Cube is not a fan of the white liberal type of person, and so that's obviously something that they have in common. That's a connection that they have, as well as the stuff about the prick, the shot. Even with the rules lifted, I just don't feel quite comfortable saying it. So I'll just say the Baj again, the Baj. Say that backwards. Put those letters backwards for my newer fans out there, my newer followers who aren't familiar with my lingo. Just say Baj backwards, and you'll know what I'm saying. So they do connect on the Baj, and they connect in certain other ways. Ice Cube is an independent thinker, but it's just a great interview. And again, total props to Tucker for not being self-conscious, for not trying to take shots at himself or trying to be like, here I am, a white man in the hood, but just sort of letting the conversation progress in a very natural way. And they do have a chemistry together, an unlikely chemistry, those two guys. There's no way that I see Tucker Carlson doing an interview like that if he's on Fox News. I just don't see that getting the green light. I don't see them talking about, even now, I don't see them talking about the Baj on Fox. And so, it's just such an incredible thing, to see things work out for the best. Now, I know that all of the caveats that it's appropriate to throw in here, I will throw in here. I don't know Tucker Carlson I don't know him as a person, so I can't say for sure that he's not controlled op. It's possible. There's just no way of knowing anything like that. And one would be naive not to preface one's or temper one's expectations by acknowledging, look, I don't know these people, and they do make millions and millions of dollars, and I don't. So, is it possible he's compromised in some way? Maybe so. May also be true of Ice Cube. I don't know. But in any case, the impression that one gets is of two fiercely independent-minded men from very different circumstances, from very different walks of life. But having a conversation that reflects their unlikely commonalities, and it's really, really interesting and really fun to watch. So plus it's getting much more eyes on it than it would ever have gotten on Fox. I don't know, it's just eating the mainstream media's lunch, viewer-wise. He's just killing it. And again, he's probably not making as much as he was before. I'm sure he's not. But who cares? I mean, does he care? Probably not. He's stacked his cash, I would guess, up to this point, pretty good. And now he can do what he wants. He can be free. to do what he wants. I just want to, it's rare that I post a video here that's white pilled, and when I do, I'm usually mocked for it, or I have people telling me, don't you know the truth is that this is all that everything's bad and that you're just don't, don't be so naive, Nowicki. Anyhow, mock away, but if you want, I mean, I've already admitted the caveat. I've thrown the caveat in there. So I think I should be protected there. But in any case, I think y'all should watch Carlson and Cube. The unlikely duo, and their conversation driving through the hood. It's pretty transporting. It's pretty extraordinary. So props to Tuck. Way to go, man. Like you're really gonna watch this. Anyway, that's it. Leave your comments below. Talk to y'all soon.